What is good, my people, my peeps? What is good? How are you guys doing today? I wanted to stop in really quick. I wanted to stop in real quick and talk about the broadcast. Not this broadcast that you're currently watching, but the broadcast that you may know about or have heard about targeted individuals discussing the broadcast. You being placed on a broadcast where individuals are able to see what's going on in your life. So I stumbled across some things, and I want to just talk to you all about this and make you aware of what I've stumbled across. And maybe you guys have come across this information as well or know about this information. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about the broadcast, and I'm going to kind of get into it. If you're not aware of it, if you're a targeted individual or chosen one that's targeted, or if you just come across this live and you don't understand what I'm referring to when I talk about or mention the broadcast, okay? And then I'm going to also talk about some different apps and applications and a it's called the Discord. Now, I was not aware of what the Discord was, so I'm going to touch on that with you as well, just to give you a little bit more knowledge regarding your targeting, regarding purpose activity in your life. And so I'm going to give you some information about two apps, and then I think two apps, and then about this Discord information. Hello, hello. Let me see. I'm gonna pull over so I can really read you guys' comments, because I can't read and see at the same time. Now, and I'm chewing bubble gum. Lord have mercy. But yeah, so y'all get in here. I try to make these conversations brief, but when I get to talking, I get to going. So anyway, let's get to talking about the broadcast. You wonder how, and first and foremost, I have always stated that I first and foremost believe that this is a spiritual battle that we're in. Spirituality has a lot to do with what's going on because you have monitoring spirits, right? But you also have people that monitor your life or want to view your life or be a part of your life in some way. And from what I found out, just being online and just coming up trying to give you guys some videos about what I found on targeted individuals, and basically it's going to be the world. I mean, they're slowly but surely letting everybody know we're about to control your whole existence. We are about to control your whole existence, and we've already put it to the test. And they put it to the test via us, the chosen ones, the target individuals, that our lives are basically under a microscope as far as our government and as far as our government allowing, allowing individuals to maybe access the broadcast via paying to have certain codes to access your life and what you're doing, whether it be the Masons, whether it be any organizations. And nowadays they have so many these young folks out here, and I say young folks because a lot of us older folks we wasn't up on it as far as a lot of the technologies that are out here and how to maneuver with these technologies. A lot of older folks, Gen X, I'm Gen X. We weren't moving and grooving. We have to ask some young folks half the time how to access or do something on some of these apps because they come out so fast, right? And some of us don't even care to keep up with all that mess, right? Okay, so a lot of younger people truly, this is their era. This is their time, especially if they were born in the 90s. Oh yeah, if you were born in the 90s and any millennial babies, you know they are this is the true era. Okay, so I'm gonna pull over real quick, just so we can talk without me driving and trying to talk to you all and try to see some of your comments. So let's get into it. Like I said, what's good? What's good, my people, my peeps? You commented on some of my videos on some of my last videos. I try to get to them, y'all. I do. So if I don't comment back, sometimes I'll heart the videos, but I'm trying to. I don't know what I got myself into trying to maintain several platforms. So this commenting thing, it can get out of hand, especially over on my TikTok. It'd be so many people comment. I'm sorry. I'm just going. I just have to apologize for that. Okay. Um, and we howdy. This is where it's at. Okay, so you know the dark web broadcast. I have heard about them. Okay, yes. And see, when I first found out about gang stalking and everything, if you just have come across one or two of my videos, you won't know my full story regarding gang stalking and my experience. You really would have to go down into my archives and listen to some of my videos where I explained about how I felt like I have been trafficked. I am trafficked. This program is about trafficking people as well, and drugging and raping and all of that is involved in this program, and that they will put your information, any videos that they take of you, on the dark web. But mind you, this is not what I'm talking about today as far as the broadcast. That is truly one of the aspects. But we are in 2023, and so many people have heard about the dark web by now, right? But there's another layer to under the dark web. I think that's called Shark Tank. But I don't know the exact name. But there is another layer under the dark web that's more sinister. And I'm not even talking about that layer of the broadcast, okay? So I'm going to pull into here, and we're going to keep talking. I don't want to. So it's going to get dark, and now I'm going to about the broadcast and some of these other applications, okay? Yeah, I sent you my number. You sent me your phone number? I definitely did. And you know, sometimes I'm gonna take my notes. Let me rip this little piece of paper off because I have wrote some stuff down. Sometimes YouTube will actually not show videos. I mean, not videos. Well, they don't do that either. But I'm gonna put you guys on this selfie stick right now, so y'all gonna hear a little noise, and we're gonna have this waited. Information regarding the topic, to drop it in the comments for anyone else to come by if they catch this broadcast on a later date, okay? Or a later time today, once the broadcast is over. like such as the dark web. Some people may still not know about that information. Hold on, guys. Okay, let me put y'all down real quick. Okay, so information you may have, we already have heard about the dark web. Hold on once again. Put this up here so y'all can read this for yourselves. Women get trafficked via the dark web. Men and sharing my story, it's not hard because it's necessary. And I documented via video because I know a lot of people, and I'm gonna finish reading that comment. I know a lot of people don't feel that there will be ever any justice for targeted individuals or people that have been trafficked, but you have to realize justice is on the way. Justice, I say, my people, is on the way. And I'm gonna leave it that right there, okay? Let me see what else this says. But men and women, the only thing you don't hear as much of targeted men speak about being trafficked, because just like, okay, let me say this. If you've ever paid attention to the music industry, right? Hey, Sergio, I'm at it again. Yes, honey. If you ever paid attention to the music industry, you've heard about the sacrifices, of them trying to get on into that industry, as far as blood sacrifices, killing or sacrificing a parent, a child, blase, blase. But a lot of times, what is so ironic and what has come to bite a lot of rappers, a lot of men, and this is not an indictment on every man. I'm speaking totally in general, okay? When there was a big, and there's still a big issue with the drugging and raping culture, okay, and the drugging and raping culture of women. And it really had blew up in, I want to say, in the early 2000s, okay, where men would set up females that they knew. It had got so bad to where females had started to set up men because they were indoctrinated. You know how women are used to, with pimps, they sometimes use other women to go and bring in or go seduce or groom another female, because a female will be more comfortable with another female. So they use a female to groom and bring in that other female into the fold to be pimped, prostituted out, right? So, so these females that saw how these men were abusing women by drugging and raping them in groups, they're hidden little groups that they thought they had or they thought they were a part of. All of that energy is coming back. And it's not coming back in the form that they may have thought they wanted to come back. So a lot of young rappers and things of that nature find themselves drugged and raped and videoed and held hostage, blackmailed behind them getting raped by groups of men. Like they may have, also some of these men have probably took part of doing that very same act to women. And it's coming back around. And it's coming back around in these end times because perversion has to take hold. And it wasn't enough to be so perverted, because, see, a lot of men would not consider that as perverted. They would consider that as well, she should have known. But no one can say no if they're drugged. Sexual intercourse or activity is always a consensual activity between one, or if you out there wilding and profiling, between two or three. Okay, but it's still consensual. So nobody can get out of or say somebody wanted it if they can't have they don't have the cognitive ability to address the situation that they have been placed in, and that's caused them to be drugged, knocked out, and raped, and so on and so forth. So a lot of men, this is happening too in the music industry, but not only in the music industry, this is actually happening to a lot of target individual men. I know that may be hard to understand or hard to take in or fathom, but it is true. And so you probably won't hear a lot of men confess to them being drugged and raped. And some people will be like, well, if you were drugged, how do you know you were raped? If you know your body, you will know if your body has been tampered with, okay? Regardless. You should, if you're not paying attention to your body functions, if you don't know your body functions, you don't know yourself. So the thing is to know thyself, right? Like the Bible says, know thyself. Know if you're constipated, know if you're sick, know if this is your vessel that you're riding in as a spirit. So you should know these things. And let me go back up to the top because I went totally left field. So a lot of targeted individuals, males, have been raped, drugged and raped, but I haven't. Let me just say, I have not heard about this on YouTube. I can't say since I've been targeted. Maybe one person I heard state this, but maybe one person. I think I have a video including that person, but not their face, just their voice and their testimony. Let me read the rest of this. Okay, I have heard about the broadcast not on Discord servers. This would have to be on the Discord, that's something separate. We're going to talk about the broadcast. We're going to talk about Discord and some apps, okay? So separate broadcast, and then we're going to talk about Discord, because Discord I'm not a gamer, okay? I really have never been a gamer to play the video games. So Discord, from my understanding, was started with gamers, okay? This Discord service is something that gamers can communicate with each other back and forth. And they can build groups, and these groups can have conversations. So I'm going to get into Discord and then the app. So right now we're going to be talking about the broadcast and what I've discovered. This would have to be on the dark web. I don't know if these broadcasts are real. I think you are, and then we're going to get to are real. The broadcasts are real. People are watching you in your homes if you are a targeted individual. And I'm going to get to the rest of your comments. I'll pop them up after I finish, because I don't want to keep addressing comments and then get sidetracked. Okay, so the broadcast is real, okay? And monitoring spirits. Now, you have to realize that we are dealing with the spiritual realm, and we're dealing with the physical person. You are dealing with monitoring spirits. And I've always told you guys this, you have spirits around you 24/7, whether they be the Most High God's encampment around you, keeping you safe from a lot of things that you
may not feel that you're being protected from, but you are, because you would be absolutely destroyed in this world if there was not some form of protection around you. And those would be any of your archangels, your guardian angels, such as Michael. And but I mean, he's high-ranking angels, but there are other angels that are dispersed to you, and they've been telling you everything is coming to the forefront. Just like all those cartoons used to have the good angel and the bad angel on one shoulder, they have always told you in the spiritual realm there's a monitoring spirit, the devil that's trying to get you to go this way, an entity, and then you have your archangels of protection trying to, your subconscious conscious trying to keep you on the straight and narrow, okay? And but you also have that protection around you. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then, you have these people working in witchcraft and divination and trying to conjure up. And some of them are very powerful witches and warlocks. So they can conjure up and work with demons. But let me tell you this, if you fight the power of their evil deeds, okay, guys, those demons and devils that they think that they're working with that are on their side, they're coming back. They're going back to them because their mission did not get accomplished because they cannot come against you. They may be able to watch you. You may have people that do remote viewing. They can be at home or wherever they're at and remote view into your home. You have people that practice what is it called? They leave their bodies. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. But you have people that practice at night when they're asleep, astro projection, that's what it's called. They practice astral projection and they leave their body and they try to meet you in the spiritual realm as when you're falling asleep to try to intercept your dreams or try to interact with you in your dreams to cause ill to deter your pathway, or they astral project into your homes. You have witches that astral project into your home. But nowadays, this word astral projection has become a trendy topic, a trendy word to throw around. And so you have people who are practicing this, and they might not think they're actually practicing some form of witchcraft, but it is, okay? But they're doing that. And they can get caught up into being spiritually gang stalked because they've gone into the spiritual realm and they really actually don't know what they're doing. They're forcing themselves into the spiritual realm instead of it being a natural process. When you go to sleep, you actually go into the spiritual realm, okay? But let's talk about the people, the actual physical beings that you see on your day-to-day. And that is the broadcast that I want to talk to you guys about today. So I guess this is where it's at with saying, he doesn't believe that this is real, the broadcast, and you've heard targeted individuals discuss that their lives are being broadcast, and how would they know? We know about directed conversations. You might be somewhere and people have directed conversations about what you just did in your home or something along that line. But this is something different, and it's connected to these applications regarding, you have a lot of people who put these ring cams in their doorbells, or, when I first found out about targeting, I even had went and bought a camera that you can put in your house. But then, like, footage was getting deleted and things like that, because we know as target individuals, they can maneuver through everything, especially if it's dealing with Wi-Fi, anything electronic. And that is why your government wants to fully go digital, because they want full control of your everyday life, like they've had target individuals' lives. So some target individuals have put cameras in their house, like and took them out because I realized that they were manipulating the cameras that you can put in your house. Now, I'm not saying you if you get those, put them at angles that don't show you in any compromising positions, right? But this is the kicker. These cameras that a lot of people have in their homes that may not be targeted. I mean, these people have cameras just aiming down right at their general living room and their activities that they do, even in their bedrooms. These people are, the general population are going mad crazy with these video cameras in their homes, right? I mean, they have them everywhere. And then they have Siri's, and then they have Google Talks and all whatever they have talking back to them, open the door. And it does seem fly. Bring back my generation. It seems fly. You know, turn up the radio, turn down the radio, switch to this song, switch to that song, you know, and you're just commanding your home to interact with you via your voice. But all of these gadgets are recording you, okay? All of them. So when I was on social media, knowing that people have these cameras in their home and stuff like that, and I'm going to drop the video to these talking points that I'm giving you today. I'll drop that video later, today or tomorrow, but hopefully today. When I was on social media, there was a couple. Now, this is not the first time that I had seen something like this happen, but I kind of blew it off, okay? Where some people were at home and just regular mojo people, and they were getting ready to stream video. And nowadays, it's more than when you're streaming a movie, it's more than Netflix. Okay, we don't have to be locked into Netflix anymore. But if you like Netflix, you got it. You got these Hulu apps. You got all of these different ways that you can view video. You have the Fire Stick, where people were getting those and just getting, bogged down and really mind control with just so many applications of videos that they can get for free. So these people on this video that I'll drop later, they were getting ready to view one of their applications that they were on to watch movies. And when they turned, the boyfriend had his phone and he turned it on, and he said, he began to tell his girlfriend, "What is this? What is this I'm looking at?" And he shows the video. And the video is showing somebody's home, okay? And they're freaking out. They're like, "This looks like somebody's being watched. This looks like somebody is this somebody's home camera?" And the boyfriend and girlfriend, they're having this dialogue and they're freaking out. Oh my God. So then they start to really look at what is going on in the video, okay? And they're looking at the shelves and whatever else is in the house that can be seen on the video, the couch. They're looking at all of this. And then the boyfriend, he's like, "Oh my God, there's somebody laying on the couch." And the girlfriend's like, "I'm scared. I'm scared. Get us off of this app. What is this? I don't." And she said, "Are you on the streaming for the movies?" And he said, "Yes, I went to the streaming site for the movies." And she said, "How did we get this? We're not a part of this," because they're like scared that they tapped into somebody like in a torture room or something along that line. Because I guess the video, it did look like it was in black and white. So when any videos are in black and white, they kind of look more sinister than what they are, just dull. So the boyfriend said, "There's somebody laying on the couch." And so that's when the girlfriend started panicking even more, okay? And so then the boyfriend was looking at the video. He said, "This is somebody's home." And there it was like, I don't think this is their regular video camera, okay? Because how the camera was angled, okay? And if you know anything about angles, you should pay attention when you see this video that I'm going to drop. Because I told you, when people do buy their own cameras, sometimes the angle may be lower because they might put it on a table, or sometimes the angle will be high, like on a wall. But this particular angle looked like it was coming from the vent. So the angle was down. The camera angle was down. Nobody who buys their own personal camera And I'm gonna make this plain. Now you can argue, hey Tanya, how you doing today? Um, Now you can argue and say people would put a camera in their vent if you want to. Uh, the majority of people, and I'm saying normal, but there's no really such thing as a normal person. We have our own personalities, so there's a spectrum. But normal people would not put a camera inside their own vent and have it angled down to spy on them in that from that particular angle. Okay, so as they're looking and they're talking about, well, this is the person's home. This is the book on the there's some bookshelves, and they're just going in on talking about what they see. So I go to the comments because I already knew. I said that looks exactly like that person's targeted. And even I think I can't recall. You'll be able to see the video when I drop it later today. I can't recall if it was the boyfriend or the girlfriend stated, this looks like somebody is being watched. This video looks like somebody is being spied on. And I wanted to let them ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. So this is the broadcast that nobody has talked about. This is what I'm getting into today. We have heard, and if you haven't, some of us have heard about the dark web. Some of us have heard about webs that are under the dark web that are even more sinister. The dark web is you have to change IP addresses, and you have to just decode so much to even get into that. You'd have to be sick and twisted to even want to go into that deep of darkness, okay, to get or to do or to be entertained in that way. This is surface, okay? If you've been on YouTube, or not so much YouTube, but like TikTok, you may see these ring cams where people are showing what the ring cams are capturing, when people come to their door, right? Um, or ring cam system itself. The ring cam company has actually have their own TikTok and their own platforms where they're streaming what people are capturing on their door ring cams. I don't know if these people are getting paid. We know that any information, I don't care what web, what platform, whether it be YouTube, the website, or any website you go to, people are collecting information on you and about you, okay? And so just imagine, hello. Um, just imagine if you're using a video camera via any company. They're collecting that video, they're collecting audio through series, through these different devices. So back to this broadcast. So when these people are talking about this is looking like somebody is being watched, somebody is being spied on, I go to the comment section. Now, this is where I want to get into the different applications. Now, people in the comment section are like, yeah, people aren't realizing that people are gathering this information. And they were saying things along, don't get, and now you might want to write this down, don't get on this because people are being arrested. And I'm telling you guys, we are definitely living in the last days because information would increase, but people, the Most High said, everyone, every deed that you do, everything that you do will be revealed in the last days, regardless of what it is, okay? And especially if you're dealing with something demonic, something evil, and you're being wicked, and you're thinking you're getting away with it because you haven't got caught, or you think that you have the cover of some type of organization backing you. Those organizations have nothing, no power like the Most High God. And what he said is going, and is going down. Okay, guys? It is definitely going down. These companies, these individuals who have participated in blood sacrifices, their roosters are coming home to roost. So they're in the comments. When I was reading the comments, somebody, several, not just one person, somebody in their comments said, do not go on social today. And it was spelled, no, not social, sorry, soap today, okay? Now, Soap Today, it has the actual two, not TWO, but like Soap SOAP Today. Okay, I mean Day, DAY, is a live streaming service that a lot of kids. I have never ever heard about Soap Today. Okay, but like I said, if you were born in the 1990s and up, you are definitely Gen X. I mean, millennials, and you probably have heard about these different apps. Okay, I've mentioned Fire Sticks and things along that nature. Well, Soap Today was a streaming application that a lot of youngsters got onto. Honey, they so tech savvy. It's when I was reading some of these people's comments, they were saying that they had started Soap Today in middle school, and I'm like, okay. I was Gen X. We was outside playing and doing some other things, but these kids was streaming free videos in middle school and had learned how to get on this Soap Today application. Well, in the video of that man's and that female's, they were so shook about them watching somebody's home in real time, um, that these people were saying, do not go on Soap Today anymore because people are getting arrested. And so the first couple of comments when I seen Soap Today, I kind of like blew it off. I said, okay, let me lock that in and keep it moving. So I just kept reading the comments. And then Soap Today kept coming up. Seriously, no cap. Don't go on Soap Today. People are literally getting arrested. So this was in TikTok when I saw the first original video that I'm going to share with you guys. Um, and so somebody had the hyperlink. You know, when it's a hyperlink, it's usually in a light blue color, so that way you can click on it and it'll take you to whatever the hyperlink is. So in the comment section, somebody had actually put Soap Today hyperlink in the TikTok comment. So I clicked on the Soap Today hyperlink to see what these people are talking about because I had never heard of this Soap Today. And like other people were like, it doesn't matter if you've gone on to look at a movie. Soap Today has it's these applications are more sinister than they appear. Just like Catholic priests, okay, may wear and I've given this example in one of my videos before. You know how Catholic priests have the black and the little white thing, and they look so innocent, but they were molesting children. You know, there was something more sinister behind their appearance. Well, these applications that people were finding, and they have a more sinister uh, background behind what they're actually offering. Okay, and that, my friends, is the broadcast. Okay, so I go on to Soap Today. Well, I don't go on to Soap Today. Don't go on to it on your computer. Okay, because like I said, the Most High God is revealing all of these people's sinister plots and plans, and the way they think that they are maneuvering in this world, they are about to be shook. Okay? I went on TikTok and I clicked on the hyperlink, which keeps you in TikTok. Okay, so let me make that plain. It keeps you in TikTok unless you're ordering something, and it'll take you to another page, and you can move on from there. So then I click on Soap Today's hyperlink within TikTok, and then all these different um, TikToks about Soap Today comes up, and people are actually getting arrested. And you know, young people think that it's a game, it's a joke, because other people are saying, don't use Soap Today anymore. I used to use it when like I said, they were saying they used to use it when they were in middle school, and they went on Soap Today to get these free videos. But they were going on to watch movies and things of that nature. And mind you, I'm sure that these youngsters probably was going on there because there was probably some type of porn on there that they were accessing. Because this is a different day. This is not like going into grandpa or your papa's garage and finding some Playboy magazines, you know, and peeping. These youngsters know how to get around some things to get into something devious, okay? and not just youngsters, old folks as well, and some folks that are middle age. So I click on there and I see all these people getting arrested, like cops are coming to their houses regarding these people accessing this soap today. Now these youngsters think that they are getting arrested because soap today is some form of a free app, right? And they're downloading these free movies without paying for them. And just like if you can remember when CDs and kind of um, you know was discontinued, if you will. And then they started doing the streaming services. Do y'all remember how you could download streaming songs? I mean, you still can do that, but download streaming songs. And I remember a young girl who actually downloaded some songs, several people, and they arrested her because they were saying that she was stealing, copyrighted music without paying for it. Okay, so on Soap Today, these young, and I have to say young people because a lot of them were young people. I say maybe teens to, no, adolescents to young adults, all the way. Young adults I consider all the way up into 25, 26, 27, up into some 30s, okay? Um, they went on Soap Today, and then, then they're making a TikTok because the police are at their door. And I tell you, it's more, because Soap Today, obviously, is an older application where people were getting these free movies or accessing free content. Okay, Soap Today is not as popular as Hulu. It's not on the mainstream because I would have heard about it because I worked in media, so I would have heard about some Soap Today, even if I didn't try to download free movies myself. Um, Hulu, and all these other applications that you can download movies. This is not a mainstream application. It may have been a few years ago, but they fell off the popularity wagon with downstreaming music. I mean, not music, but videos. But it's still popular somehow, some way. This is the broadcast I want you guys to pay attention to. Even with Hulu, even with maybe Netflix, these may have a backdoor access to your actual broadcast that targeted individuals have proclaimed for many of years, that they are being broadcast. Their lives are being broadcast to the general public. Now, we may have thought, hold on for a minute. We may have thought that it was only the military or the alphabet crew. Excuse me. We may have thought it was the military or the alphabet crew watching you, because of your level of being a targeted individual. But just like the military or the alphabet crew or DARPA, and I'm going to do a video about DARPA too if you are not aware about DARPA. Um, they start to let things out to the general public. So because when stuff starts getting hot and heavy, like they like to call us conspiracy theorists, when we're telling the truth, and when the truth finally comes out, like 10 years later, and people say, "Oh, I heard it on the mainstream, so now it's true." But 10 years prior, they were calling you a conspiracy theorist when you were telling them the truth of what's going on, but these people are asleep. I believe the broadcast started and continues to start or maintain itself within these organizations, higher level organizations, even your Masons, even some of your fraternities and sororities, or I was probably saying that wrong. You might piss somebody off who is in those particular groups, and then they may have a higher level or access, because that's what those groups are about. It's about access. It's about people who, to me, cannot stand on their own, so they join these particular groups to feel a part of something, okay? To feel strong and like they have somebody, something to back them. And so if you piss somebody off within these particular groups, um, they may have access to give you the code to access the broadcast, okay? And then so then they can take and watch your broadcast and drink coffee and donuts, or drink shots and liquor and have their parties and whatever they're doing, and laugh and think it's funny to be able to watch you in your home and with the, in your, well, we know nothing is private. I don't care. You can watch wrinkles, rolls. You can. I don't care what you watch. You can watch how you're supposed to take care of your body if you're watching me, partner. Um, but they think it's funny because that's how sick their minds are. Okay. And so they may have had access to get these codes and tap in to your privacy, breaking that is a that is something that they're going to have to pay for as well. And it seems so minute, so little, but actually it is rape. That is just another form of rape, because you have other people who you may are accessing, moms and mothers with children, because trust and believe there are mothers with children on this application, teenage daughters, teenage sons, that you're watching them take baths, you're watching them use the bathroom. That is a race that these people are participating in via their eyes, okay? The lust of the eyes, because you may be giving these codes out to pedophiles and sick individuals. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So this is on so many levels that these people are going to have to pay for the crimes that they are committing against humanity, which the Corporation of America is starting to pay for now. Okay? And these people that think that they are still protected, it's trickling down to them. Okay? So I'm telling you, this is my conclusion of what I have seen, because that has not been the first video I have seen where people freak out because somebody's home pops into their phone when they're trying to access a streaming service for movie night, okay? A streaming service that they have paid for. These streaming services, I believe, have a backdoor access to targeted individuals' home, okay? And it has gone from military. I mean, military still has a grip, or the FBI, or these, alphabet groups, Masons, and all of these groups. They still have a grip on this broadcasting and sharing your live broadcasting with people. Trust and believe, that's still going to be top tier. But these people are letting it trickle down to the commoners. And you have commoners that have low, very low self-esteem, okay? Very low self-esteem, and will be a part of something just because they need to feel like they can fit in this society, okay? It is very hard for people to actually be alone. It is very hard for people to actually not listen or watch television. I haven't watched TV in I don't know how many years. The only thing I may access is any platforms, and what I gather from these platforms is information only. I rarely watch stuff to be entertained. Um, Rarely. If I'm on TikTok, just by scrolling and something pops up and it makes me laugh. But I don't go searching to be entertained. And see, the drug of choice this day in time is to be entertained, whether it's at the expense of humanity and taking someone's humanity away from them is no consequence in their mind. okay? They're not thinking along these levels. They are truly being part of, are taking a part of a perversion. And what is going on is, see, the devil works in mysterious ways, okay, like the Most High, he tries to be. And he's cunning, okay? And he will have you do something that you think is so small, so minute, to be a part of a group and to watch a broadcast or to get the code to a broadcast and watch people in their homes and laugh at that particular thing, or be a part of gang stalking, take things out of people's homes and watch the broadcast of them trying to find particular items that they know they put or they left in situations or particular places. And a lot of things that they do, it may be the person also who has put you on the list, or you're just on the list because you're a child of the Most High God, and people just hate the light that you project, and they want to squash it any way they can. So, like when I was working at my particular job, for instance, and I used a mouse. When I wasn't working there anymore, like the next day or that same day, like I went out and I came back, the mouse was gone. So that told me right then and there that somebody or a particular group of people, and whether it be my employer that was in on it, which I feel that they were, because I've always talked about job mobbing. If you've ever watched any documentaries about serial killers, you understand that serial killers have to have, always, they always take a trophy, a piece of um, their crime scene as a trophy, whether it be panties, whether it be necklaces, clothing. Some serial killers have kept body parts in refrigerators as part of their devious deeds that they have committed. Also, take into consideration that is what gang stalkers are doing when they're taking things from your home. Back when I started realizing that I was being gang stalked or on this list, and they would, the thing was gaslighting was a huge, it was a big thing to gaslight the targeted individual, meaning they would probably take something that you know you put on the counter and they'll move it to the bathroom, right? Gaslighting to make you, they want to try to get you in this confusion state or a state of feeling like you are going crazy. And then if that wasn't enough, then they started taking an item, taking it away for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, and you're looking for this particular item, and then you come, you like, oh, forget it. But you know in your mind that you had the item somewhere. Just like I know I had a mouse that I only worked with when I used my work computer, and it just disappeared. There's no way the mouse was there. But now, but then they would take items for a week or a month, and then they'll bring it back. Oh, ha, ha, he, he. I mean, I don't even know how people get any entertainment, any joy out of that. Only person I can think that can get any entertainment and joy out of that is somebody who is definitely going down into perversion. Okay, lasciviousness. Lasciviousness does not only deal with sexual appetite. Okay, but it will. These activities will drag you down, and to be lustful, you know, is up here. Okay, well let me go backwards. To be lustful is down here. It's like maybe a lower. It's not a lower demon because the demon of lust is definitely hard to, you know, rebuke it and fight because people are having trouble with porn, watching porn and things like that. It's the lust spirit. Okay, but once the lust spirit has you, then it wants to make you meet the spirit of lasciviousness, okay? And lasciviousness is where the world is coming to as we speak. As you look around, it drags you down into the depths of shield, past shield. Shield is you know, people say hell. This is what the Most High calls shield, okay? It drags you 10 miles past shield, Okay, if you want to fight a demonic spirit, lasciviousness is a beast. Okay, and so what these people don't understand is by taking these items and manipulating, this is just, these are baby steps. When I was growing up, they talked about doing drugs and the gateways, gateway drugs. These are gateway steps to more and more demonic codes that these people um, are being indoctrinated into, being gang initiated into. Okay, um, these are gateways. These are like you start with drinking and you drink more than you don't maintain a balance, right? And then you become an alcoholic, or you start with marijuana, and then you start taking these other drugs, gateway drugs, that lead you down into a drug that has a higher, more control, a demon that is operating through that drug that has a higher grip on you. Okay, so what gang stalkers don't realize is, especially if they're new to what's going on and they think it's all giggles and fun and games, that they are actually going through doorways, gateways, levels, and this is how the devil manipulates and gets you to start doing things little bit at a time until you're locked into where you're probably, as a gang stalker, trying to get the code yourself, and you can't even break away from your TV, from your phone, because you've now become obsessed with watching a person. You now have picked up a monitoring spirit through your own eyes, through your own ears, okay? And you have become obsessed with participating in something that you may thought was something that, oh, you may went to the party, you may have known somebody who put you on to this interesting new trend where you can watch people, and they don't even know. I mean, they can be in your own community. You can walk right beside them and know that you've just watched them use the bathroom and go up and speak to them in their face. And you think that you know something that they don't know and that you're just super cool, when you actually are setting yourself up for this lasciviousness to take hold of your entire being. Okay, so the broadcast. The broadcast is no longer, in my opinion. Now, I pray that you take heed what I say. Do your own research. See if this makes any sense to you, because it made a world of sense to me. Why people are starting to pop up with individuals' homes when they're just trying to search for a movie. Now, like I said, I've never heard of this Soap Today streaming application, but I'm betting, because I've talked to you guys before, the demonic realm is not only in Hollywood, it's not only in the music industry, it is worldwide, it is government wide, it is in everything that you can possibly think of, okay? We were born in this world, but definitely know that you are not a part of this world, and you do not have to be a part of this world. You definitely can be one of the set apart, okay? One of the ones that are not taking are participating in what's going on in this world, because we know Yahweh Shah came down here and said, I'm here, but I ain't a part of this world. This ain't for me. I'm down here to help you. I'm down here to help you, okay? Because the battle, I got the battle. The war is won, but you got to walk this walk, okay, guys? And so the broadcast definitely is part of these streaming services, and there's a back door, there's a key, there's a code that the average Joe may be able to access if they know these codes. You know, there's a lot of savvy youngsters nowadays. They can find you at the drop of a dime, and without you being gang stalked. You know, you have applications that say, "Are you dating someone?" and you want to make sure that that they're not a killer or a murderer or they're who they say. Get this application. I mean, not application app. Well, it's application, and you can do a background check. You know, and let me say this. Let me give a disclaimer. I don't want to for any of these companies like Soap Today or Netflix or Hulu to think that I am saying that was their motive to start their company. Okay, that was their whole agenda is to have or set up backdoor accesses to porn or backdoor accesses to watch people be experimented on, and that's what this is. It's been an experiment. We're just on a higher level of the world's experiment. By the time the world wakes up and see that there be a monitor 24/7 in their homes, we've already lived it and we know how to maneuver through that. Do you understand? So I don't want, um, these companies to think that I'm saying that that was their motive, but that is what someone or anyone who has a devious mind can put or implement into their application. Okay. Um, And so I believe that is one of the ways that you are being broadcast without your consent. And even if you have cameras in your home or your doorbell cam, that does not give a company the right to distribute your information without your consent. I have said that we are in a legalist world, and the Most High is a legalist, and no one has the right to disseminate your information, your very being, broadcast your very being across any platforms without your right to know what is going on and who is viewing you. Because what they are doing is putting you as a person, as a soul walking this earth in great danger day in and day out. Because when it comes down to a basic general level of people being able to access a broadcast and not knowing the mental capacity of these individuals that are having the easy access to operate a broadcast and tune into someone's life, um, they are putting that person at risk because just like people that you may think are normal day to day, and they may um, be into music, they may watch TV or go to movies, and they become infatuated. First, they're fans, um, and which is one and the same from the definition. They become infatuated with whom they are watching, whom they are following. Okay, and in some cases, people feel that they begin to know a person, even if it's on TV or if it's even through radio. They've never even probably seen the person in real life, up close, and personal. They become infatuated with that particular artist, movie star. Okay, so imagine being that vulnerable on a platform that you, as a targeted individual, are not even aware that you're being broadcast in that way so freely throughout this world, where someone who has, like I said, has fallen into the depths and the grips of the spirit of lasciviousness begins to really think that they know you. Because, see, this is a different level. This is not a superstar. This is not someone who is just performing and you know that they're singing or they're in a movie and they go home and they live their life. These people are watching your everyday interactions as you are a being on this planet. So, in their minds, they think they know you because they get the opportunity, without your knowledge, to watch you in your home, in your cards, know where you're at all times. So these people really think that they know who you are as a person, as a being. And so lasciviousness can set in, and half the time these people can start to imagine that you're even their girlfriends, their husbands, their boyfriends. You don't know the mind and where the devil can take the depths of these people's minds. And um, that is what bothers me the most, uh, as far as these companies not policing their their apps, applications, their systems, if they do have access to allow people to backdoor and use their platform, such as Soap Today, to backdoor into someone else's video cameras that were set or placed in people's homes, listening devices that were set up in people's homes, and backdoor, or use that as a front, like so many mafias used to use real uh, upstanding businesses that look like an upstanding business to wash money, to get away with crime. So you can have these applications, these streaming services look upright, look professional, but are being accessed as back doors to a deeper and darker, sinister crime, which is trafficking people. There's so many levels to trafficking people, and that I hope that you understand. You, as targeted individuals, chosen ones, are just people that possess a soul. Should understand we have always been the commodity. We have always been um, the real commodity on this planet. And that's why we've been put on the stock market. You've been bought and sold. You are the commodity. All right? And so they use the commodity in any way they can. If they couldn't get you, or if they couldn't turn your being, or because you are um, so very strong as a soul, into a drug head, into a prostitute, into a pedophile, um, well, then that's where the slander, the smear campaigns come in, and they're going to try to force that very lie onto your being. Okay, when this truly comes out, uh, maybe, just maybe, you as gang stalkers, you as perps, will have the opportunity to repent if you haven't been fully taken over by demonic beings, to where they would have you think what you're doing is right and it's a game when it's truly not. Okay? So I'm going to move on. I just wanted you to know about why I feel the broadcast is very much real. I knew it was real. I just thought when I figured it out earlier down the line, it was just the dark web and these very hard encrypted websites that you basically would have to be a hacker to get into, to protect yourself and to get into these websites to view this type of activity. When in actuality, it's becoming more mainstream for any mojo blow to get the codes and view you. Okay, um, in your time of privacy. Okay, so it was soap today. People are being arrested. I don't know how long this application has been in existence, but they're arresting people now. I want to tell you guys that even the president of the United States is under fire for trafficking children. As they used to say, nobody is above the law. What they are doing now is running for their lives, their pretend lives that they established on this plane, in this dimension. And that statement is true. No one is above the law of the Most High God because, see, they copycatted laws and tried to implement laws to make themselves look like they were upstanding citizens. No one is above the law. Right now, if you don't know, the White House is not operating as the White House. It may appear to be as if they are operating and serving the people of the land, but this is not so. Right now, the what is he called? He is called, and I might misquote his title. Um, what is he? He's the judge of the. I want to say he judges the maritime law. Okay, and we understand maritime law is that they everything we do, they haven't judged us on the law of the land for many of years. I don't think ever when they established the Constitution, the Corporation of the United States, they've always judged us on maritime law, the law of the water, the law of the sea. So right now, since the government is really not operating um, on the law of the land, or are they operating on maritime law? Because I have to, and I apologize if I get his name or his full title, I will put it in the description. But I want to say he is the judge of the maritime law of just of this corporation that we're governing now, well, that he's governing now, and he has put there has been so many indictments that have gone out for the United States of the Corporation of America, and many corporate companies that this maritime judge are he might be the I won't guess, but he if you've seen him, if you've wondered, if you've come across he's I want to say he's brown skinned. I don't know his nationality for sure, but he appears to be a black man, brown skinned black man. If you see him with two flags and he's at a podium, he's talking and he's giving these indictments out. This is who is indicting the president. This is who is indicting these um, um, some of your actors that have been in lockdown. They have been in home. What is it called? When they put the ankle bracelet around their. And I'll drop that video since I'm telling you guys that now too. They home arrest because they are going through trials. You don't know about it. You have not heard about these, but that's why a lot of people have not been so vocal uh, because no one is above the law. A lot of things that have gone on in this world, they have to be revealed because it was said so by the Most High God, and they know it as well. But they govern themselves. They call it something like the law of karma, or something like that, because they have to be different. But it's the Most High God when He says everything will be revealed. So with this Soap Today application, where someone's home popped up on a couple's camera as they got ready to order a movie. Um, so today, if you go online, if you go on their site, if you download it, I warn you, this is your warning. This is your warning. Yes, Tanya, please hit the like button. This is your warning. The police will come to your home to arrest you. I feel that the police have known about Soap Today for many of years, just like I'm sure the FB, the CI, all of those alphabet crews know about these different applications because they watch you on these different platforms. They watch criminals when they try to arrest criminals on platforms. So I say that to say this. They are arresting people who are going on Soap Today to download movies. But I feel that these cops, these police, are basically covering their own tracks, okay, by looking like they're showing the proper precautions, the proper force when it comes to soap today, because nobody's you haven't heard a big push for people getting arrested for downloading Netflix, or when those fire sticks. I don't. And they still probably have them. People were getting illegal fire sticks. There wasn't a big push to have a sting, if you will, to go in and arrest these people for these free fire sticks, which I think is another means of accessing the broadcast of target individuals. Okay, um, I think they're trying to cover themselves. Um, they don't want to have to be held accountable for their lack of upholding their so-called, and I say their so-called oath that they took to, protect the citizens of this realm. So that's what's going on right now. These live streaming services, I repeat, I believe target individuals are on the back door end of these live stream services that are now um, being given access to commoners, common people, not your people hierarchy, people in military or any government organization. Your common people now have access to your broadcast on. And this is my opinion. I'm going to try to do some more digging and research because, like I said, I've seen twice where people's homes have popped up on regular Smojo's, you know, phones when they were trying to access a broadcast just to watch a movie for movie night. Also, there's another application I want you guys to be aware of, and that is it's called Nextdoor. Okay, and this app is something for communities. We've heard of community watch. And I'm trying to bring this up, bring more information to the targeted individual community and to individuals just in general. As a targeted individual, we have heard about neighborhood watch. That is something that was started many years ago. They used to even have signs of like a bandit, and just to indicate that that neighborhood was watched. That community stuck together to watch each other's homes just in case a burglary or something legit, right? But it actually, like I'm saying about these platform streaming services, it turned into something sinister. Okay, so the neighborhood watch program turned into gang stalking, part a branch of the gang stalking program, where neighborhood watch people started reporting or giving access to people's homes or alerting people to when certain individuals left their homes or came back to their homes. It became sinister. Well, now that we're in this digital age, it's no longer just that I don't even know when neighborhood watch started. I want to say mid '80s up into the '90s. That was a big thing. Well, we're in the digital age, and there's something called Nextdoor. It's an application, and I believe that's the new neighborhood watch. Um, it started like everything else seems to start with good intentions, um, but some people don't have good intentions. Okay, and so the Nextdoor application, I believe, is another way, just a bump up to where we're at in the digital world, to allow gang stalkers to communicate with one another, okay, regarding your comings and going in your own neighborhood. We know that they move individuals into next door to you, um, to watch you, and all of that. But I believe those people that are next door to you, are up the street from you, are positioned in certain places within your neighborhood, within your apartment building, um, are utilizing this next door, because it's form of communication. It's not the end all of communication when it comes to gang stalking, I don't believe, but I believe that they are using that because you can report, oh, my neighbor's roof was getting, basic stuff. But that basic stuff, their roof was getting repaired. So watch out, if something flies in the street. You know, somebody who may have innocent intent to want to just communicate what's going on. Uh, there's been an accident down the street from stuff like that. But trust and believe, as targeted individuals, we know how things become sinister and how people use applications to track us. We didn't know how they were exactly, but some of these applications just they just scream this is a tool for targeting individuals, our gang stalkers, our perps to use. Okay, so next door, y'all um, be mindful of that. So I'm going to go ahead and pivot into the Discord, or if that's what it's called, the Discord. Since I was talking to you guys about communication, I believe in this day and time that it's not just about always about the government, right? Just so many people are involved in this. Before I came online, um, I was on another application, and I have heard of the Discord. I have not been on the Discord because it has been associated with gamers, people who play video games, and they communicate with one another through this Discord. It's another form of communication. I want to mention the Discord because this is like the third time I've heard this word Discord um, come out. I don't know if you guys are aware of the. Um, I'm going to say it's a gentleman, but it could be a female disguising their voice. But the gentleman who wears the mask, the white mask, and he goes by the AKA alias Anonymous. Okay, um, I never really paid attention to Anonymous because I thought it was a like some kind of joke of a person doing like some kind of skit or something. I really did not know that the people or the persons behind Anonymous are exposing the corruption. They're a group of people that are helping to expose corruption that is going on in society. Okay? So, and I'm talking to you about Anonymous because we're pivoting to have this discussion about the Discord. Now, Anonymous, like probably early April, he put out some information um, regarding this sex trafficking and putting out the information about who has been sex trafficking children and women and different information. Now, he put this information out on Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter. I don't use my Twitter account. But he put this information out on Twitter, and we know that who just bought Twitter? Tesla. Is it Tesla? Not Tesla. He owns Tesla. What is his name? I can't think of his name, but he out there. But he just bought Twitter. If y'all know who I'm talking about, feel free to put it in the chat. Um, so Anonymous posts this information about the sex trafficking of your government and government officials on Twitter. And so, who owns Tesla? Good gracious. I can see his face, but I can't get his name. Um, he said, because he owns Twitter, you know how they can take us down off of platforms, they can shadow ban us, they can just manipulate us because we are common people. We are, well, some of us are common people as far as when it comes to technology, right? Well, he thought that he could, Elon Musk, there it is. Elon Musk thought that he could simply take away Anonymous's account off of Twitter, and which would have them stop doing this, giving out this information. Well, Anonymous doxed Elon Musk basically. He put all of Elon Musk's personal information on Twitter. He opened another account and he put his personal information on Twitter. So basically, uh, Anonymous, this person in this group, I believe, of very high level hackers, are, it feels to me like it's like the Robin Hood syndrome. You know what I'm saying? If you know the story of Robin Hood, stole from the rich and gave to the poor, right? Uh, he's giving this information out, and I feel that that's also in line with the Most High Spirit. That when He said everything will be revealed, no matter who you are or what you do, it's going to be revealed. So, and for target individuals, everything that you do know, thought about, our stuff has been revealed, right? And if it's not good enough, it's not dirty or scandalous enough, they're going to make something up to make it more scandalous, more dirty. I mean, they'll go into your medical records, write stuff. They'll do everything to try to make it look like you are some low down person. So, Anonymous doxed Elon Musk when Elon Musk took his site down. I mean, his access to Twitter, because Anonymous gave out this information about high-ranking government officials that have been trafficking children. Once he put that information out and opened another account to show Elon Musk he's not playing games, okay? Um, that account is still up, okay? So Anonymous is bringing all of this different type of information out. And I'm sure that this gang stalking and all of this information and who is truly behind it is going to come out. You see, I think when you have heard of people saying a lot of people are internet bullies or keyboard bullies. You know how you can type behind a keyboard because a lot of people don't show their pictures. They hide behind fake profiles because they think they can never be tracked down, which is a lie. A lie, it doesn't matter if they hop around with their IP address, try to have an IP address out of country, out of state. These people that are working with Anonymous are high level hackers, in my opinion. And you will be found out one way or another. It will come back to who is the originator behind different posts, different avatars that you are using when you are on these platforms, whether you're coming to target people or harass people as a targeted individual, and I'm not talking about people who are willingly showing their face, willingly saying, this is who I am, leave me alone, don't know. Not those people. I am talking about the people who are hiding, okay? And not harassing, not those type of people, but bots and just pure perps and gang stalkers who think that they can hide with different IP addresses and think that their information cannot be found out. Now, we do know that a lot of these apps, uh, the bots that you are seeing sometimes on the apps are computer generated, and to quiet as it's kept, and but I've been screaming it loud. A lot of the computers and the applications are sentient. A lot of things are being inhabited through with spirits. You heard it here. I've said it here. You may not believe it, but soon you will. So some of these interactions that you are having, they're just not just the computer. They're interacting. It's a spirit interacting through that particular um, bot that you would call it. So Elon Musk made it plain You can take away this, but I can get all your information, and you are one of the most wealthiest men, Elon Musk, in the world. So don't play with me. Is basically what Anonymous was saying when he basically doxed Elon Musk. Okay, after he put out the information about the trafficking of children through the government. And so, and if you don't know how serious this is, you might not think that the videos I post about Ukraine and them bombing one of the I mean, a bunker in Ukraine that was one of the toughest bunkers to be built. Um, Putin dropped a bomb on that bunker because some of the people that are on the run from the sex trafficking, from these crimes against humanity, were hiding out in that particular bunker. And you did not hear it on your local news station. You heard it here on platforms like mine and other platforms. But if you take this as a joke, then you will be considered the joke when you're trying to run to people who have been giving you this information, or people who have given you information prior to learning it, or just been the Most High and what is it? How they like to say, downloaded information into certain individuals. Um, the word conspiracy theorist needs to go out the door. That is a word that was developed by the CIA to get people to think, when you hear that word, that that person is crazy. It is a CIA generated word. Conspiracy theorist, theory, all of that, all the above was generated by your local government, not your federal government, to discredit people who have a lot of credit to their names, and to what they are trying to warn you of. Okay, so I want to talk about the Discord, because a lot of stuff was on the so-called Discord. And the Discord, a lot of people don't use, because from what I'm hearing, that's like an old school form of communication, especially when you have a group of people that you want to communicate with. But this was started with gamers, but a lot of people still have a Discord, and they communicate with groups. So, like I was saying, I was watching on a platform that some people, a group of people, were arguing. They were doing a live stream, but they were arguing. I'm like, what are they arguing about? Because I just turned on the app, and that was the first thing that popped up. So I'm listening to this argument, and these people, they're arguing, and they're going against the main person who operates that platform. And they're saying, somebody put me on this list. And I'm like, list? What? Okay, so that perked my ears up. What list? And so they're going around saying, just say who it is, who has access to the Discord, who has, and that's why I'm saying this word, Discord. Okay, who has access to the Discord, who has access to Word. Somebody put me on this list, and then this other gentleman, he was like, well, whoever has access to Discord or Word, Microsoft Word, they edited. You can tell who edited, which is true. If you do a spreadsheet, you can see who edited last, who signed in. If you have a way where people can link into that, you'll know who came in last. All of that. Like I said, you're not safe if you think you're safe in this digital world doing dirty stuff. Okay, you're just not. You're not protected. Whatever group you think you're a part of, you are not protected. You are on your own. But in your mind, you think you're protected and you're with somebody because you're with a group of people. And you think that you're targeting people like myself and other targeted individuals because we stand alone. We stand on our block, as these Masons like to say. Okay, you're looking at people who truly stand their ground. But these people are arguing back and forth about somebody putting them on a list within this Discord, within this their group, okay? And So the gentleman says, well, the list is about problematic content creators. And so I'm like, what? And so they are just going back and forth. People, they're hot. And so, but the people who are arguing are the people who are the main players. You think when you perps that are watching, when you think that you are part of a group and nobody will turn on each other. I told you, even criminals, even bank robbers, when they had bank robbers that went into banks, will develop a plan to turn on you if they deem you to be on the lower totem pole of the thieves, and take you out to get more of what you got. Okay? So when you run with thieves, when you run with criminals, always know that there's going to come a time when they're going to turn on you. Always know that. So these people who are a part of this group who knew about this particular list are arguing with each other because a certain person who was part of their group, um, I guess that person found out about their name being on this list, and the list was about potential problematic content creators. And so basically, these platforms are they're becoming like their own worlds of games, okay? Um, so you had people in this, and this was on TikTok. If you want to know where I was listening to, I can't remember who it was because I don't follow them on TikTok. Sometimes it'll bring on the For You page and it'll bring up just things that they think that you might be interested in. So that just came up. So what's happening, in my opinion, and this is not the first time I've seen this, what's happening is power. Let's 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 go with that word. Power corrupts. Power can corrupt. That's why the Most High God um, doesn't give everyone the same level of power or the ability to persuade, or that natural ability to have leadership. Okay, because people can become corrupted from your pastors in church, sleeping with all the women in the church, um, from your, and now we're seeing this take hold on platforms. That that simple feeling of power, and so this TikTok creator who has his team, he's developed a team of people. They're all on this TikTok arguing about who created a list of problematic uh, um, influencers. And so I guess this list made its way to the forefront. And it's looking bad for, first of all, it's looking bad for the content creator. And this has to be um, extreme because most of the time, if you have a group of organization and there's a disagreement between two or three or more, it's not brought to the forefront to where everyone can see this. This led me to believe whoever found out that their name was on this particular list uh, may be going to authorities. And so now you have people trying to clear up their appearance, clear up their name, and so on and so forth. But the thing is, um, I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch this particular content creator, but someone in the comments had mentioned the fact of um, you are putting, and this is how they said it in one way or the other, not directly. You are putting black women in danger by creating this list. Okay? And so then one of the persons that are, I guess, in the clique, I'm going to say, that were on the screen, having this live stream. This is live today, having this live stream conversation about this particular list that this group of people have put together, um, spoke out and said, wait, wait, wait. Don't say that. Don't say that. We're not trying to put black women at in harm's way, or black women to cause harm against black women. Don't say that. And so he's addressing someone in the comments, and he was saying, please don't say that. And so then I'm gonna have to close out. I'm gonna have to close out shortly. My battery's going low. And then the host, who he was like, no, I'm not trying to put black women in harm's way. Now, if you've been on TikTok a lot, or a lot of social media platforms, but especially I noticed this on TikTok, that gender war of black men and black women is prevalent. I mean, it's just, I don't know, there's not like a resolution or some kind of way to make peace or some kind of idea. It's just more of they just want to talk and have battles. Okay, so this went to a different level because now this group of people who are in this clique who put this list together of other potential that they deemed potential problematic content creators, and the content creator that was on that list was a black female. Okay, so something is going down with that in that Discord, and so they were like, "Well, pull up the." I mean, these people have gone so far as to create this list, even to create a Microsoft documentation of people's on a list. Now, let me tell you how serious this is. Hold on for a minute. I have to plug this up, y'all. So we gotta move real quick. I'm gonna tell you how serious this is. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys how serious this can be. What these people have done. Hold on. All right, I'm trying to plug up the phone, guys, because the. Okay. Let me tell you guys how serious what these people have done and why I feel that what they're doing, this group of people that are bringing this conversation on video now, it's obvious. They're trying to save themselves, save their faith. Um, they're trying to represent themselves in a different light because this is very serious, especially when you go so far as to create a physical document and put people's names on that. That can be perceived. Let me hear me out. That can be perceived as a hit list. Do you understand how serious that is? This is not you and your fellow clique mates just mad at someone or mad at any potential persons who have a platform, just talking about them in a derogatory way if you felt that way, or just gossiping, pure gossip about someone who had a platform or was a part of their particular platform. These people went so far as to create a physical document and list people's names of content creators that they themselves, as that group of people, deemed to be potential problematic people. And whomever that person was used to be a part of that clique. So she knew about the documents that they had, and her name wasn't on it. But that, in her, that doesn't make her look any more better because she knew about it. It wasn't like she reported this before she found out her name got put on the list. Okay? So for her to bring this information out, to bring their discussions that they had on Discord, to bring the discussions that they had about these other, I don't know how many, but it seemed like quite a few content creators that they had on this list of people that they felt that were problematic. Now, this leads you to wonder, what was the purpose of the list? What was the Did you need to remind yourself of who was problematic? And then another question: why would you need to remind yourself of who was problematic? Because I'm sure after the many conversations that you would have had with your cohorts about different people that you didn't like, you felt were problematic, you know who those people are. So you're not like me, midway, forgetful sometimes. These young folks, mine is just bumping. You're not a targeted individual getting hit with energy weapons. I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know, but possibly not. Making you have sometimes memory lapses. You're not struggling with a few things. So that further convinces me this list was sinister. This list that this group of people developed, of people that they felt were potential problems in their eyes, have become the judge and the jury in their world. Power, you see. Um, and so a person that was part of their world found out that they actually, someone, not all of them, but someone in that group didn't like that potential content creator and put that person's name on the list, on their list that they created. When we go to making lists, and what I have understood when the police start watching people, when people go to making lists of other people's names, that constitutes a hit list, you see. Because there's no other reason why you, as if we want to say we have freedom of speech, a person with freedom of speech, and anyone can, you know, have a platform, develop a platform, say what they want to say. The only people that's going to probably have issue with freedom of speech is the platforms on which you're speaking on. But any individual can't can't critique or be upset about your freedom of speech unless you are slandering their names and in a way that causes them to lose, business if they're in a business, or lose respect, or you're doing something to their name to cause other people to have mistrust of that individual. Then you have another recourse that person does of going to court, and I say that because I'm going to circle back around to the court issue. That person that if that group was slandering or kept going in and saying something, then they have, they can go to court and battle it out in court, because that's how a society who is supposed to be established on morals and values and a way of being or possessing humanity would act. Okay? Now, when you have persons who develop a list of individuals tracking, that's this is where these young folks, I don't think we're picking this up exactly what they've gotten themselves into, tracking these people via this list, discussing these people via their Discord. Um, and now, this Discord has been coming up because I think people started to not use Discord as much, but some people still have Discord and they use it and they flipped it to communicate and maneuver and do dastardly deeds and, they're gossiping. But now you have Telegram and different other means of communications that people are doing, or people have, just other ways. What is it? They have a phone service. Go, can't remember the app. Where like if somebody wants to call you, but you don't want your phone number to be the general phone number. What is that thing called? See, um, but there's ways of communicating, right? But on those particular apps, I doubt if people would develop a list of people because the police or anybody or the FBI can consider that as a hit list. You see, tracking what is the purpose of this list of people that you deem to be problematic, and what is your recourse for them being problematic? Because that's the title of the list. So these people are they to me when I watched the live, they were shaken, shook that all of this is coming out. And let me tell you why I believe that they were kind of shook regarding their information, that they thought that they had a secret group on top of their that person's live stream. Whoever on that platform, he was like the ringleader, right? How they probably thought they had that secret group, private, was looking very nervous. Um, and they knew they were wrong. And so on social media, there is, and I know as target individuals, as chosen ones, we know how corrupt the system is in and out. We know that. I'm just going to tell you what's going down. Um, there is a group, and I was going to do a story on it, but I was like, no, I'm going to let that one, let these other people have that. There is, I have mentioned about the gender wars. And the main gender wars regarding black men and black women that blew up on the internet. And I think, and this is my opinion, I truly believe when Kevin Samuels had his platform, I believe he was a paid agent. They used him, and he probably ain't dead. He probably somewhere chilling with Tupac somewhere. Who knows? They used him for the time that they used him to stir up hatred against men and women, aka black men and women, otherwise known as black men and women, as part of an agenda. Okay, well, that was his little run because he had a short run with the information and the hate that he, um, disseminated. Now, some things was on point about order, and some things he said, but a lot of his message was very much targeted regarding black women. A lot of his message, even though he tried to cover it up, a lot of his message was targeting and degrading, denigrating black women. Um, and so that lit up a firestorm. So now that's why you see a lot of these podcasts and with men just going in on black women, and it's just becoming more and more heated. And so when I was on, I think it was like early March, when I was on social media, and most of the time I'm on here, guys, but my different platforms focus on different information, okay? My TikTok was more jokes at first, just something to relax, but then it became more news based, okay? So, and then this one, because people understand about targeted individuals and gang stalking, I tried to give this focus of that information here or about the Most High and things of that nature on this platform. So when I was on TikTok, I was listening to a lady who her platform is more about you know just information about news, what's going on in the world that the basic regular mainstream media is not telling you. And there was a guy who was hiding. Okay, like I said, the people that hide on these platforms, they don't have any pictures. They don't, and the people that don't have pictures, I'm not saying this is you. You know who you are. You know if you are a troll. You know what you do, right? Even if you have a picture, not that some people who just want to find out information about being targeted because they are a targeted individual. But there are some people that hide and don't put any information regarding videos, their picture, or anything, but think that they can hide within this digital world, which is so funny to me because that's why your government wants to move into the digital space so very bad with everything so that they can track you no matter what move you make. So that was a sidebar. I'm watching this young lady, and she is so disgusted because she came across a post, and it was the post the person was like not like anonymous, but they didn't have their picture or any information to where you could even try to, because nowadays everybody's a detective, right? Or think that they're a detective. He didn't have any general information to where you can go look him up, but he had on his TikTok, or I believe it started on TikTok, where he made a statement, and he said that the only way society, and I'm just paraphrasing, the only way society can be corrected in a way, in a sense, to make a society great again, if you will. The only way society can be a better place for us all to live is if all black women are killed and taken off this planet. And so, if you know, like I explained earlier, the firestorm that Mr. Samuels started, then you know any platform you go on, you will see these type of podcasts where these men and women are going back and forth. And I'm talking about so-called black men and women. So this fella,